Dave Hodgson, The Daily.
Say hi, Dave.
It is a daily. So a few weeks ago we were looking in the Daily Mail and we came across a big double-page article on a guy called Gary Blackburn. And the article read he's an Englishman who's built a tribute to British greatness, including winning the war, in his German back garden, to the fury of neighbours and a local MP. So we read the article, found it very interesting, and we got him on the show. Good afternoon, Gary. How are you?
Yes, I'm very well, thank you, and I hope you're well as well, yeah?
Yeah, good stuff. Gary, it's it's great to look at some of the photos of what you've got there. Just tell us exactly where you are. You're not far from Cologne, is that right, in Germany?
That's right, yeah. I'm about half an hour's drive from Cologne. Bonn is about 20 minutes, so I'm on the Rhine Valley, just near the Moselle, and about an hour away from the Nuremberg Ring, which everybody knows, obviously.
So, how long have you been in Germany living there, Gary?
Well, I came over to Germany in 1985, 32 years ago. A long time now. And when I came over, I had a job as a tree surgeon. I did a course in England at Mary's Wood. It was a special course.
Yeah.
In Germany, when I came over, we did ancient trees, tree surgery, that sort of thing. And the German people weren't allowed to climb the chainsaws at that time. Health and safety, and that's why I came over.
Right.
And I'm still here.
So I assume you've integrated into German culture. Do you speak German as well? And
yeah, I speak German, yeah, obviously with my accent. I've got an accent when I speak German, but I understand everything and I can speak fluent German.
Oh, good stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
So when did you start bringing in some of these British artefacts and British, what was a tank, for instance, as pillar boxes? What have you got in that garden?
Yeah, well, in my garden, I've got a Centurion tank from the Swiss Army. It weighs 52 tons, and it was built in 1953.
Yep. I've
got a telephone box from Trafalgar Square. I've also got another telephone box and pillar box from Cornwall, from St. Ives, Carver's Bay. I've got a model, life-size model of the Queen in Robin Hood's shed. I built a shed out of oak timber to make it look old and whirly, and I've got knights in there, and the Queen sitting there with the corgis, to attract a few tourists.
So the big, and you've got Union Jack flags, the Union flags flying as well?
Yeah, I've got three massive Union Jack flags. They're about 3 metres high and about 1 metre 20 wide, so you can't really miss them. Everyone that walks past, they all laugh and have a good look. And every night people come and see the tank from all over Germany, so it's quite interesting, really. And of course, the Queen.
Where did you get the tank from, and how did you get a tank?
Yeah, well, I was actually looking for some containers at a scrapyard to put my chainsaws in, because I've got about 80 chainsaws, the lads that work here, and on this scrapyard, right in the middle, I couldn't believe it, there was a Centurion tank there.
Wow.
The funny thing is, my father bought me a Centurion tank when I was 3 years old, and I've still got it, so I just thought, blooming heck, I'd love to have one of those.
Yeah.
So I bought it, and the man at the time, he couldn't believe it. The next day I went back and put my deposit down, and of course I've got it here now.
The big question, I suppose, that's hanging off everybody's lips at the moment as I'm speaking to you is, Gary, why?
Why? Yeah, well, obviously, I love England, I love Germany, and when Brexit started, that was a year ago now, I got interviewed twice on television in Germany, and I thought, well, I've got an English passport, I've got 6 children, English passport, and I'm going to live in Little Britain here, so if I'm not allowed back in the country, or vice versa, that people can come and see England in Germany on the Rhine Valley. That's why I did it, and I suppose I went a little bit crazy really getting the tank, but most people like it.
Personal question, Gary, are you married?
Yeah, I'm married, yeah. With 6 children, yeah.
And your wife is happy about all this in the garden, is she?
Yeah, at the beginning when I first came back and I said I bought a tank, my son said I'm crazy. My wife says, blooming heck, can't believe it. She wanted a cabriolet, convertible.
It's got an open top, hasn't it, anyway?
Pardon?
It's got an open top anyway, hasn't it?
Well, it has actually. I've been in it a few times, but I quite like it. Yeah. I would like to get it working, actually, but I've bought some batteries, but it'll take time.
Now, you said that you started doing this after the Brexit referendum, and it's kind of linked to that. Apparently you've been asked a lot by German friends your views on Brexit. So how's Brexit going on? How's it going down there in your area, Germany?
Well, in Germany, I've got about 30,000 customers around Germany, and a lot of my customers are a bit sad that England wanted to leave Europe, but they can understand it in a way, most of them, but they, obviously think England, should stop with Germany, because, the Germans like the English. Might be surprising, but they seem to like the English more than a lot of people. A lot of the Germans can't believe it. I mean, even tonight, I'm going to Cologne. There's a meeting at the British consulate about, Brexit. So I can ask a few questions, because I've got about 8 or 10 people working with me English, and I hope it won't give me problems with the visas later. So I've got a few questions to ask when I go tonight.
I suppose the question that came to mind when I was looking at the article and your love for Britain and British things, the British tank and all that, was why not? Why, if you love Britain so much, why would you want to live outside of Britain? Have you not got a desire to go back?
I always wanted to go back. I like to retire in England, but in young years, I came over when I was 21. I stopped here, built up my firm, put a lot of effort into my firm. I've got 3 sons working in my firm, so I can't just up and go that easy. I haven't made enough money to retire yet, but hopefully in a few years I can spend more time in England, because I would like to eventually move to Cornwall.
Okay, so I should imagine, has it caused a bit of a stir with locals? I should imagine some people like it and others don't.
Yeah, well, me neighbours that are right next to me, they call themselves spiritual healers, and they do meditation with pot-bellied pigs and that. Yeah, they've caused me a lot of trouble.
Oh, all right, okay. That's interesting people.
They wrote to... they meditate with pot-bellied pigs, and they say the natural healers are a bit crazy, and they've caused me lots of trouble with the local authorities, and also it's gone to the Parliament, about my tank. But
right.
The inner ministerium said my tank can stop here, it's demilitarised, and it's on a private piece of land, so it shouldn't bother anybody.
You also said in the paper that you had local MP not impressed by it as well. Can you understand why some Germans would have an issue with all this British flags flying in your garden and so on?
Well, I can really, but it's a small proportion. All the other neighbours in the village, they're all for it. They even come round on a Sunday, and they come and show the family, and I get people from all over Germany come in to have a look at the tank and sit and have a cup of tea with the Queen. So it's a very small proportion. I mean, up to now it's probably 10 people that I know of, and the rest like it. I've got a guest book in Robin Hood's hut, and people leave great comments that the tank should stop here, and they like Little Britain. I've also got Mr. Bean's car, which has a bit of fun to it, because Mr. Bean was obviously in a film with his car and a Centurion tank run over it, so that's why I tried to combine it to make it a bit humorous, if you understand what I mean.
I know. The only thing that crossed my mind was it wouldn't work the other way. If in the UK there was a German person wanting to put German flags and a German tank in their garden, I should imagine it wouldn't go down very well. You seem to be doing relatively okay then.
Yeah, well, I am. Yeah, I've got quite a good running firm, well-respected firm in Germany. I get on with everybody, and obviously they like me and my family and the work we do. And like I say, I've got hardly any negative comments whatsoever, and they all think it's a great idea. I've even got a petition going. I've got about 1,000 signatures at the minute, and it's all positive, So, yeah, I'm happy with everything, really.
So do you,
getting more work.
So, I mean, obviously, when I looked at the article, it felt like, here's somebody that's not really integrated into Germany, but from talking to you, you sound pretty well integrated into the country, and you speak the language, and your children are grown up there. And I suppose, really, you're coming across as somebody who wants just to have a bit of fun with it all, really.
Well, yeah, I want to have a bit of fun with it all, and obviously with Brexit, nobody knows what's going on. And then the idea was, because I've got a lot of German customers and friends, everybody loves the Queen, and that's why I try to, combine it with the Queen and things. And like I say, it's a bit of fun, really, I suppose. Yeah. But it seems to be working. My workload's gone up about 25% in the last few months, so I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Okay. And are there many British expats living in that area?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I think there's probably about 40, 50 that I know personally.
Yeah.
And obviously tonight in Cologne, there'll probably be, I think, 70 to 100 coming to the meeting.
Oh, okay. So there's quite a few in that area. And what's their view on Brexit? Are they, because obviously we've got a lot of expats living here in Spain, and what's the feeling there amongst the British in Germany?
Well, I know for a fact, probably, say, 8 out of 10 British in Germany have got dual nationality now. But I don't really want to do that. My dad wouldn't have agreed with it, and I asked my sons, they want dual nationality, and they all said no, they want to stop British. So we're not going to change anything. I'm going to, go for it. So leave everything the same.
Really? And what do you want to get next? Have you got a list of items you want to buy for the garden?
Yeah, well, I've got my eyes on a double-decker bus, an old double-decker bus, and I would like to maybe do, teas in there with the Queen and things like that. So I've got a few more ideas. Yeah,
okay.
More things coming.
We'll keep an eye.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on you, Gary. Gary Blackburn,
yes,
thank
please,
you for coming on and talking about your little piece of Britain in Germany there.
No problem. Nice talking to you, Dave.
Actually, Gary, keep British. Carry on as you were. All right.
I will do. Thank you. All right. God save the Queen. Bye.
Bye-bye.